Italy is not just a country. It's a paradox. Ancient ruins whispering secrets of empires, right beside espresso-fueled innovation and fashion-forward cities. Ready to explore the 15 destinations that define Italy's past and shape its future? Italy. The word itself feels like a story. It's a place where time isn't just a straight line, it's a spiral. You walk down a street paved by Romans, past a church sculpted in the Renaissance, and into a cafe buzzing with the electric energy of the 21st century. This country is a beautiful contradiction, a living museum where ancient ghosts and modern dreamers share the same cobblestones. Every corner you turn, you feel it. It's the rumble of a Vespa echoing off the walls of the Colosseum. It's the taste of a centuries-old recipe served in a Michelin-starred restaurant. This journey we're about to take isn't just about seeing beautiful places. It's about understanding a culture that has shaped the world. We'll explore destinations that are famous, yes, but we'll look at them through a different lens. We will peel back the layers to find the human stories, the political dramas, and the economic forces that made them what they are today. We begin in Rome, the capital of Lazio, of course we do. They call it the Eternal City for a reason. Here, history isn't something you read about in a book, it's the ground beneath your feet. You stand in the shadow of the Colosseum, and you can almost hear the roar of the crowds from 2,000 years ago. This was the heart of an empire that stretched from Britain to Persia, a political machine of unparalleled power. Its legacy is in the laws, the language, and the engineering that still influence our world. The Roman Forum, once the center of political life, now stands as a ghostly reminder of a power that rose, conquered, and eventually fell. But Rome is no fossil. It's a city that breathes with a fierce, modern energy. The cultural heart beats strong. Think of Federico Fellini's films, capturing the city's chaotic beauty in La Dolce Vita. Think of the food, the simple perfection of cacio e pepe, a dish born from the humble ingredients of shepherds. Economically, Rome thrives on tourism, a constant pilgrimage of people coming to witness its glory. Yet it's also the bustling political capital of modern Italy, where decisions shaping the nation's future are made daily in palatial government buildings. This is the Roman paradox, a city where ancient emperors and modern politicians walk the same streets, each leaving their mark. Next we travel north to Florence, the crown jewel of Tuscany. This is the cradle of the Renaissance, the place where humanity felt like it was waking up from a long sleep. It was all thanks to the Medici family. They were bankers, not kings, but their wealth and political cunning transformed this city into the world's artistic epicenter. They sponsored geniuses like Michelangelo and Leonardo da Vinci, whose works still fill the Uffizi Gallery and the Accademia. Walking across the Ponte Vecchio, you are treading the same path as the artists and thinkers who redefined Western civilization. Florence is a testament to the power of money and vision to shape culture for centuries. Today, Florence is a city that lives and breathes its artistic legacy. The cultural pulse is felt in its world-renowned leather workshops and artisan guilds, crafts passed down through generations. Economically, its name is synonymous with luxury goods. Brands like Gucci and Ferragamo were born here, blending traditional craftsmanship with modern fashion. This creates a fascinating tension. The city carefully preserves its Renaissance past while simultaneously driving the future of high fashion. It's a place where you can admire Michelangelo's David, a political symbol of the Florentine Republic's defiance, and then walk down the street to buy a handbag that represents Italy's modern economic power. Finally, we arrive in Venice, the capital of the Veneto region. There is no place on earth like it, a city built on water, a floating masterpiece. For over 1,000 years, the Republic of Venice was a formidable maritime power, a political and economic giant that controlled trade routes to the east. The Doge's palace wasn't just a home, it was the seat of a complex political system of councils and spies that kept the Republic stable and powerful. Its wealth, built on trade in silks and spices, funded the incredible art of Titian and Tintoretto. Venice was the original gateway between East and West, a cosmopolitan hub of commerce and ideas. Now, Venice faces a very modern challenge, its own survival. The city is a marvel of ancient engineering, but it's threatened by rising sea levels. The Mose Project, a massive system of floodgates, is a testament to modern Italy's fight to save its past. Culturally, Venice is defined by its Biennale, a world-famous contemporary art exhibition, and its historic carnival. Economically, it is almost entirely dependent on tourism, a reality that brings both prosperity and immense pressure. Venice is a fragile dream, a city where the opulence of the past confronts the existential threats of the present head-on. It is beautiful, and it is vulnerable. We journey now to Milan, the powerhouse of Lombardy. This isn't a city that wears its history on its sleeve like Rome. Milan is sleek, modern, and forward-looking. But don't be fooled, its roots run deep. It was once the capital of the Western Roman Empire and later ruled by the powerful Visconti and Sforza families who commissioned Leonardo da Vinci's The Last Supper. Politically, Milan has always been a center of influence and rebellion, from its role in the Italian unification movement, the Risorgimento, to being the birthplace of controversial political movements in the 20th century. It's a city of substance, not just style. Milan's cultural identity today is defined by two words: fashion and design. It hosts one of the world's most important fashion weeks, transforming the city into a global stage for creativity. This is where modern Italy's economic engine roars. It's the country's financial capital, home to the stock exchange and countless multinational corporations. The city's skyline tells the story, with historic landmarks like the magnificent Duomo di Milano, now sharing the view with gleaming, futuristic skyscrapers designed by world-renowned architects. Milan is the perfect embodiment of Italy's industrial north, pragmatic, prosperous, and relentlessly innovative, all while preserving a core of profound historical significance. From the urban energy of Milan we escape to the serene beauty of Lake Como, also in Lombardy. For centuries this has been a retreat for the wealthy and powerful. Roman aristocrats like Pliny the Younger built their villas here to escape the heat and politics of the city. Later it became a jewel of the grand tour for European nobles. Its political history is quieter, one of private diplomacy and influential gatherings held in the opulent villas that line its shores. It has always been a place where power comes to relax, to scheme, and to be inspired by the breathtaking landscape of shimmering water and alpine peaks. It's a landscape that whispers of quiet, enduring influence. Today, Lake Como's culture is one of understated luxury. It's less about grand museums and more about the art of living well, la dolce vita in its purest form. Visitors come for boating, hiking, and simply soaking in the sublime views. Economically, high-end tourism is its lifeblood, with historic villas transformed into five-star hotels and a favorite spot for Hollywood celebrities. This influx of modern glamour sits alongside the timeless traditions of the small fishing villages that dot the coastline. Lake Como shows a different side of Italy, where the new money of global elites mixes with the old-world charm of a place that has been a haven for centuries. We then move west to the rugged coastline of Liguria and the five villages of Cinque Terre. This is not a place of grand palaces or political intrigue. Its history is one of human resilience and a battle against nature. For 1,000 years, farmers and fishermen carved a life out of these steep cliffs, building terraces by hand to grow grapes and olives. This was a community built on cooperation, its isolation protecting it from the political turmoil of the larger city-states. The true historical monument here is the landscape itself, a testament to centuries of backbreaking labor that transformed an inhospitable coastline into a productive paradise. The culture of Cinque Terre is rooted in this connection to the land and sea. The local wine, Schiacchetra, is a sweet nectar made from grapes grown on those ancient terraces. The food is simple, fresh, and delicious, based on the daily catch. Economically, the region has shifted dramatically from agriculture to tourism. The hiking trails that once connected the villages for trade are now walked by millions of visitors a year. This has brought prosperity but also challenges, forcing a conversation about sustainable tourism. Cinque Terre is a stunning example of how a remote, ancient way of life has been reinvented as a world-famous destination, forcing a delicate balance between preservation and progress. Now we head south, deep into the heart of Campania, to the magnificent, chaotic, and utterly alive city of Naples. This is one of the oldest continuously inhabited urban areas in the world. Founded by the Greeks as Neapolis or New City, it was later absorbed by the Romans. For centuries it was the capital of the powerful Kingdom of Naples, a major political and cultural center that rivaled Paris and London. Its history is a dramatic saga of foreign rulers: Normans, Spanish, French, each leaving their mark on the city's art, architecture, and dialect. The city's historic center is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, a dense, layered labyrinth of history where every stone tells a story of conquest and creativity. The cultural contribution of Naples is honestly immeasurable. This is the birthplace of pizza, not just a food but a global cultural icon. The art of the Neapolitan pizzaiolo is itself a UNESCO-recognized intangible heritage. But it's more than that. It's the passionate music, the vibrant street life, and the deep-seated superstitions that give the city its soul. Economically, Naples is a major port and industrial center, yet it has long struggled with challenges that reflect the broader economic divide between Italy's north and south. Today, a new energy is taking hold, with a burgeoning art scene and tech startups finding a home amidst the ancient alleyways, creating a dynamic blend of gritty tradition and youthful innovation. Just a short drive from the beautiful chaos of Naples lies the Amalfi Coast, a stretch of coastline so beautiful it seems unreal. Historically, the town of Amalfi was the capital of a maritime republic that was a major sea power long before Venice or Genoa. From the 9th to the 12th century, the Duchy of Amalfi dominated Mediterranean trade. Its legal code, the Tavole Amalfitan, was one of the world's first maritime laws used throughout the Middle Ages. This history of political and economic power is almost hard to imagine now, looking at the tranquil, picturesque towns clinging to the cliffs. But the wealth of that era is still visible in the architecture, like the stunning Amalfi Cathedral. The culture of the Amalfi Coast is one of beauty, craftsmanship, and simple pleasures. It's famous for its handmade paper, its vibrant ceramics from Vietri sul Mare, and of course its lemons. The Sfusato Amalfitano lemon is the key to the region's most famous export limoncello. Economically, the coast runs almost entirely on luxury tourism. Its winding roads, breathtaking views, and cliffside hotels have made it one of the world's most sought-after wedding and vacation destinations. This modern high-end industry exists right alongside the traditional lemon groves and fishing fleets, creating a landscape where ancient agricultural practices meet the demands of a global travel elite. It's a paradise built on a powerful past. We now leave the mainland for the islands, starting with Sicily, the largest island in the Mediterranean. Sicily is not just a region of Italy, it's a world unto itself. Its history is a breathtaking tapestry of cultures. The Greeks built magnificent temples in Agrigento, the Romans turned it into their granary. The Arabs brought new crops and architecture. The Normans fused these influences into a unique Arab-Norman style seen in the cathedrals of Palermo and Monreale. Politically, Sicily has always been a strategic prize, fought over by empires for millennia. This constant churn of rulers has given the island a complex, sometimes cynical but fiercely proud identity. The culture of Sicily is as rich and layered as its history. The food tells the story: couscous from North Africa, sweets filled with ricotta from the Arabs, and a love for pasta and wine from the Romans. The island's traditions are intense, from the dramatic Easter processions to the vibrant open-air markets of Palermo. Economically, Sicily has long relied on agriculture, citrus fruits, olives, and wine, but has also faced persistent economic struggles. Today, tourism is a powerful engine for growth, as visitors flock to see Mount Etna, Europe's most active volcano, and the island's incredible archaeological sites. A new generation of Sicilian entrepreneurs is reviving ancient winemaking traditions and creating a modern, high-quality agricultural sector. Next, we sail to Sardinia, an island of rugged beauty and ancient mysteries. Sardinia's history is distinct and enigmatic. It's home to the Nuragic civilization, a unique Bronze Age culture that left behind thousands of mysterious stone towers called nuraghi. These structures predate Rome by centuries, and their exact purpose remains a subject of debate. For much of its history, Sardinia was isolated, its people retreating to the mountainous interior to resist waves of invaders, from the Phoenicians to the Spanish. This history of fierce independence and resistance has shaped the Sardinian character, creating a culture that is proud, reserved, and deeply connected to its ancient roots. The culture of Sardinia is ancient and profound. It has its own language, Sardo, which is considered one of the closest living descendants of Latin. Its traditions include unique polyphonic singing and colorful festivals. The food is rustic and hearty, focusing on roasted meats, pecorino cheese, and a special flatbread called pane carousel. Economically, Sardinia's story is one of contrasts. The glamorous Costa Smeralda in the northeast is a playground for the international jet set, a hub of luxury tourism developed in the 1960s. Yet much of the island's interior remains rural and traditional. This creates a fascinating dynamic where a modern high-end tourist economy coexists with a timeless pastoral way of life. Let's venture to Bologna, the vibrant capital of the Emilia-Romagna region. Bologna has three nicknames that tell its story: La Data, the learned; La Grassa, the fat; and La Rossa, the red. The learned refers to its university, founded in 1088, the oldest in the Western world. This made Bologna a historical center of intellectual and progressive thought. The red refers to the terracotta color of its buildings, and its historical leaning toward left-wing politics, making it a center of anti-fascist resistance during World War II. It has always been a city of thinkers and rebels, a political and intellectual heavyweight. And then there's La Grassa, the fat. This is a cultural identity you can taste. Bologna is arguably Italy's culinary capital, the source of dishes that the world knows as Bolognese sauce. Though here it's simply ragu, mortadella, and prosciutto. The city's economy is built on this rich tradition of food production, alongside a strong manufacturing sector and its thriving university. The medieval city center with its miles of covered porticos feels ancient, yet it buzzes with the energy of tens of thousands of students. Bologna is a city that feeds the mind and the stomach, a place where intellectual history and culinary excellence are one and the same. From there we travel to Verona, the setting for Shakespeare's most famous romance in the Veneto region. But Verona is so much more than the fictional home of Romeo and Juliet. It boasts a spectacular Roman amphitheater, the Arena di Verona, which is even older than the Colosseum in Rome and is still in use today. Historically, Verona was a key Roman city, and later became a powerful hub under the Scaligeri family in the Middle Ages. Their tombs, the Scaliger tombs, are masterpieces of Gothic art. Politically, its strategic location at the foot of the Alps has always made it an important military and commercial crossroads. The culture of Verona is a perfect blend of high art and popular romance. The Verona Opera Festival, held every summer in the ancient Roman arena, is a world-class cultural event. At the same time, the city lovingly embraces its connection to Shakespeare's star-crossed lovers, with Juliet's balcony drawing crowds of hopeless romantics. Economically, Verona is a prosperous commercial center, known for its annual trade fairs and its importance in the Valpolicella wine region. It's a city that has masterfully packaged its ancient history and literary fame into a thriving modern economy, offering a story for both the historian and the romantic. Our final hidden gem is Siena, the heart of Tuscany and Florence's historic rival. Siena's golden age was in the Middle Ages before the Black Death devastated its population in 1348. During this time, the Republic of Siena was a major political and economic power, with its own influential school of art. The city's unique, shell-shaped main square, the Piazza del Campo, was designed as a secular space for the citizens of the Republic, a political statement of civic pride. It is here that the city's identity was forged, in fierce competition with its powerful neighbor, Florence. The culture of Siena is dominated by one single event, the Palio di Siena. This is a bareback horse race held twice a year in the Piazza del Campo, where the city's 17 contrade or districts compete with a passion that is almost impossible to describe. It is not a tourist event, it is the raw, beating heart of Sienese life and identity. Economically, Siena relies on tourism, banking, home to one of the world's oldest banks, and agriculture, particularly the production of Chianti wine. The city feels frozen in its medieval glory, a place where modern life unfolds within a perfectly preserved historical framework, and where ancient rivalries are relived with breathtaking intensity every summer. As our journey across Italy comes to a close, a single, powerful truth emerges. This country is not a monument to the past. It is a living, breathing testament to the art of transformation. From the imperial grandeur of Rome to the resilient cliffs of Cinque Terre, each destination tells a piece of the same epic story. It is a story of rising from ruins, of turning conflict into creativity, and of building the future without ever forgetting the foundations of the past. The Italy of 2025 is a place where ancient traditions and modern ambitions are not in conflict. Instead, they are in a constant, vibrant, and incredibly fruitful conversation. We've seen how political power from the Roman Empire to the medieval city-states shaped the art and architecture we admire today. We've tasted how centuries of cultural exchange, invasion, and local pride created one of the world's most beloved cuisines. We've understood how economic forces, whether the maritime trade of Venice or the fashion industry of Milan, have driven this nation's cycles of decline and rebirth. Italy's story is one of incredible resilience. It is a reminder that culture is not static. It is constantly evolving, absorbing new ideas while holding on to what makes it unique. These 15 destinations are more than just points on a map. They are chapters in Italy's national biography. They reveal a country that is proud but not arrogant, chaotic but not broken, ancient but never old. The interplay between the Colosseum and a speeding Fiat, between a Renaissance fresco and a cutting-edge design studio, is where you find the true soul of Italy. It lies in the ability to hold on to a profound sense of history while simultaneously racing toward the future with passion and style. This is the magic that has captivated travelers for centuries and continues to do so today. So, the journey ends here for now, but really, it's just the beginning. The story of Italy is still being written, in its bustling cities, its quiet vineyards, and its sun-drenched islands. Each of these places offers a different lens through which to view this incredible country, a different flavor, a different piece of the puzzle. The only question left is the most important one. Which chapter will you read first? Which of these incredible destinations will be the start of your own Italian story? The choice, like Italy itself, is full of wonderful possibilities.